Hey, it's been forever, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. My life has changed. I'm in New York right now, whatever. I just want to talk about TikTok and the algorithm and how it's ruining our lives. I really just want to talk about how we interact with people now and my history with TikTok and algorithms as a whole. So I'm going to go through a little bit of a history of my experience with TikTok and the early days. TikTok, the application, started in 2016, but it wasn't around in the US at this time. It was a Chinese company that had not been moved to the US yet, and it came from this app called Musical.ly, which a lot of you may already know, but if you don't, it was this app where you could basically... I got the migraine, and my pain will range from up, down, and sideways. It was... You had to be there. It's just me, myself, and it was this app where you would basically just lip sync to videos. People were just having fun. And it had a large user base at the time. At its peak, Musical.ly had 100 million active monthly users, which may seem like a lot, but compared to TikTok's 1.5 billion today, it's kind of minuscule. It kind of had its little community, but it wasn't this huge thing like TikTok is. And in 2018, ByteDance acquired Musical.ly and merged it with TikTok. So the Musical.ly users moved over to TikTok. And at this time, TikTok was something similar to like Vine. It was very audio based where like there wasn't as many lifestyle influencers. It was a lot of comedy content, short, quippy, little things. And I specifically remember at this time, I had started creating some random videos, but also it had a very small community, like a tight-knit community. There was basically one main For You page. I had this one friend and we would go to school every day and we would talk about the videos we saw the night before because it was such a small amount of creators that we would get the same type of content and we could talk about it. And it was really cool. It was this new thing. I was living in Oklahoma. I wasn't thinking about a career at all, just creating content for fun. And I don't think anyone was really thinking about the implications of what this meant for us, like scrolling through an algorithm. I don't think we really thought about this. So pre-pandemic in 2018, TikTok had roughly 350 million monthly users. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Long spring break, who's ready? Then boom, 2020 hit. We all know it. I'm not gonna bore you with the details. If you don't know it, you must be an infant because, I mean, changed our lives. But not only was a pandemic going on, there was another revolution happening. The TikTok renaissance, the TikTok boom, the explosion of creativity. I mean, we had dances, whipped coffee, dipping our balls in soy sauce. There's a lot more that I'm not remembering. But this is the moment TikTok transitioned from being niche to something very mainstream. And I think a big reason it took so long for people to get into TikTok was the fact that it came from Musical.ly. And Musical.ly was this weird unicorn of an app. TikTok was a really cool thing at this time of not only helping us be distracted from what was going on and the fact that we were trapped inside, but it was also allowing us to create these type of communities where we could meet people that we never would have been able to meet, especially if you lived in a rural place or even just being stuck inside. It was a way to find new communities. At this time, the TikTok user base had grown to 1 billion. 1 billion people globally. Then out of that 1 billion, there was me, mattheperson. That's my username. Which actually came from the fact that my mom wouldn't let me have my last name. Just to, if anyone's curious, my mom was like, you can't have a last name. The people are gonna find you and they're gonna find where you live. Honestly, good, like, I get it, 100% I get it. Now I have my full name out there in the open, so. I had been making videos since 2019. I think April of 2019 is when I started making videos. So very early on in the TikTok days. I was just kind of doing it for fun after school. It was something that helped me pass the time. And most of my videos stemmed from similar trends and other comedy creators at the time, but I didn't have a real niche. Hey. But then I slowly started creating my own format and I kind of found my audience and the type of videos that I wanted to make. Then I quit my damn job at Starbucks, moved to LA, and the rest is history. The crazy thing is that I left in a week. I made the decision to move in a week as an 18-year-old. Crazy time in my life, but I don't want to get too off track. So TikTok is huge. But still at this point, there wasn't a ton of creators in the way that we see today. I feel like I knew most of the creators at this time, and life was great until now. Which brings me to the next chapter, the aftermath of it all. I think without realizing it, we allowed social media to become the centerpiece of our lives, and we've become kind of numb to it. It's just very weird to think about a time before TikTok and before social media and algorithms where we would watch people online, but it was very disconnected from the parasocial relationship we have with our phones and with the people that we view through them. So post-pandemic, we're getting back into the real world, but now we have this algorithm that surrounds our life. It's this thing we've started doing in our free time, and we continue to do that, even after normal life resumes. We've started entering this era of being alone. I'm going to be referencing this article by The Atlantic that I read a while back. It covers a lot about loneliness and how it affects our well-being. Post-pandemic, instead of seeing this huge resurgence of closeness with people and community and friends, we're finding more disconnect. And it's not just a vibe, like statistically, we're spending less time with people and we're spending more time alone. And don't get me wrong, it's good to spend time alone. The problem is our dosage is far too high. We're choosing to spend much less time with people than we ever have historically. And I don't want to act like this is something that just came from the pandemic or just came from TikTok or algorithms. This is a slow transition that's been happening since the era of the television. It's encouraged us to find entertainment through technology instead of through human connection. Now, I don't want to close it on a completely negative note. I think that there are many good things about social media. We're far more educated than we used to be. And I don't have statistics on this, but I fucking know. We have so much access to information, and we're able to build communities with people that we never would have been able to before the era of the internet. And I believe that we, as a human race, as a community, will prevail, and we will choose to find human connections. It just takes a little bit more effort. This was a deep dive into my history as a content creator and algorithms as a whole and how it affects us. If you want to see more videos like this, please feel free to subscribe and smash the fucking whatever. But also, if you want to listen to my music, because I create music now, feel free to check it out. I have links below, or you can just look up my fucking name, put some effort in to this parasocial relationship. Please stick around if you want to see more. I want to film more. It's been so long. I want to talk about more things that I'm passionate about and make videos that hopefully make people's lives better. Anyways, I'll see you next time, unless I never post again. We'll see.